Now, ladies and gentlemen, on his way to the cage from Baltimore, Maryland, James Binky Jones.
So James Binky Jones from Baltimore, Maryland, 38 years old coming into this fight. There will be an 18-year age difference between Kattar and Binky Jones, but for this jiu-jitsu brown belt, he has a feeling that the age won't make a difference for him. He's ready to go.
Yeah, at the age of 38, my age, I don't want to say he's old by any means, but advanced in mixed martial arts and mentioning a brown belt under Hensel Gracie, a member of the legendary Gracie family, and really, after jumping into the deep end of the talent pool early in his career when he really couldn't swim, he's gone 5-2 in his last 7 fights, and he feels that the best is ahead of him.
It is ahead of him. He said he's on a roll. He knows what he wants. He's a fantastic jiu-jitsu practitioner. Watch for the shoulder lock and the triangle. Those are his bread and butter. But he's got to get this good wrestler to the ground in order to implement that jiu-jitsu game.
So Binky, with the win over Kattar, will not only improve his win streak to 3 fights, but also improve his record with the Elite XC to 2-0. And according to him, that would lead to bigger and better opportunities even at the young age of 38.
Yeah, he submitted Marghetto, in fact, on a non-televised portion of a Show XC event in Atlantic City earlier this year.
All right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Obviously, an 18-year difference in age, with Binky Jones being the older fighter, a 1-inch advantage in height for Kattar. Their weight about the same, and for James Binky Jones, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu man. As for Kattar, he's a wrestler and a boxer. And the rules of the fight.
3 judges are scoring the fight. The fights will take place under the unified rules of mixed martial arts. The scoring is based on effective striking, grappling, aggression, and cage control. Scoring is done on a 10-point must system. The winner of each round gets 10 points, the loser 9 or less. No knees, kicks, or downward elbows to the head of a grounded opponent. The referee or doctor can stop the fight.
So we have 3 5-minute rounds coming out of the lightweight division in mixed martial arts. That's 155 pounds. Now let's go inside the cage for the official introduction.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Your judges in charge, Pamela Bittencourt, Eric Cologne, and Douglas Crosby. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with gray writing. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 155½ pounds. This wrestling boxing specialist has a perfect MMA record of 2 wins, no losses. Both wins coming by way of knockout from Methuen, Massachusetts. Please welcome Calvin Kattar. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with orange and yellow. Standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing 154½ pounds. This Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist has an MMA record of 6 wins, 5 losses, 4 wins coming by way of submission. From Baltimore, Maryland, he is James Binky Jones. The third man in charge, Keldon Mulhall.
Okay, fighters. Okay, you both know your rules, okay? The bell rings, touch close, you come out fighting, okay? Touch close.
3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. 155 pounds, 38-year-old James Binky Jones from Baltimore, taking on 20-year-old Calvin Kattar from Methuen, Mass. And Frank, as this one gets ready to begin, what should we pay attention to early?
Are you ready? Let's fight!
You got to watch out for the right hand and the left hook of Calvin Kattar. He's got youth on his side. He's got good stance and balance with wrestling. Binky said he's never been knocked out. I think that's the game plan right here for Kattar.
There's a flying knee as Kattar blocks it. Tie clinch. Binky Jones using those knees, and now Kattar responding.
And doing what you should do to a wrestler, that's take control of the head and remove your the center, try to get him into a submission or a knee game.
Kattar fighting off Jones to establish his distance. He doesn't want to get on the ground with this brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Binky Jones, who trains with Team Got Ground Control, and also Renzo Gracie.
He landed a really good kick there. He's a little tight on his hands. He's reaching a little bit. Binky Jones is reaching just a little bit. You can tell he's a ground fighter, not a stand-up fighter, but he's throwing him with intention. That's all that matters.
There's a 1-2 by Binky Jones. Lead right hand landed for Kattar.
Now that's just experience in striking when you can lead with the right hand and land it like that.
Low kick by Jones, followed by a couple of knees.
Binky with dangerous knees coming up. So that's something that he really needs. Kattar really needs to look out for those.
Double leg takedown.
Right into half guard here, Gus, and this is really where I think Binky Jones is going to try to establish his domination. One of his favorite submissions is a standing Kimura, but he's working on a Kimura right now on the ground.
He went for it earlier, now he's in the side mount. He's trying to trap and control that arm. This is a bad position for the wrestler, Kattar, to be on his back like this.
Nice reversal, though, by Kattar. Jones trying to take his back.
Kattar escaping outside, out the back door, but Kattar's still in trouble here.
He was a little bit high on that. Binky kind of slid off the top. He does have like a reverse triangle check. See him locking it up right here. This is going to trap the arm, cut off the blood supply on the neck. If he doesn't finish him from here, he can really fatigue him out.
And he wants to pop out that arm as well and maybe go for that Kimura. He's in a very dominant position right here.
That's the setup. So you're going to keep seeing him trying to lock those legs. He lost it now. That arm is one step away. There he goes. Hand control, sets up the arm.
Kattar gets to his feet.
And I think a wise decision there because obviously Binky doesn't have the crisp striking. He drops his hands when he throws those punches. His feet are a little bit off. This is where Kattar needs to be.
Low kick again by Jones, followed by a combination flying knee. Barely missing by Binky Jones. So right now, he's putting together a very nice repertoire of weapons. Binky Jones, a 38-year-old.
Definitely establishing that Muay Thai game. You see him working from the Thai plum and delivering those knee strikes. And really for Chris Kattar, again, a youngster, only 2-0, 20 years old. You know the butterflies are still going in his stomach. And I found it almost kind of humorous that it's his dad who gets physically sick before all his fights, having to contend with his son's mixed martial arts career.
There's a single leg takedown, nicely done by Binky Jones.
And he's working the rubber guard now, is Kattar. But again, Frank, against the fence like that, the rubber guard not really going to be of much use to him.
It's not. He needs to use that cage. That cage is the tool right now when they're in this tight position. Kattar needs to get his head out of the bottom from the cage, and Binky needs to use it as a tool. There he is, jamming him into it. That's going to stop any forward back side action and take all the power out of Kattar's hips.
What does Kattar do right now in this position?
Get your head out of the cage or get your head up. He's trying to get all fours to wrestle. That's dangerous. You got to give up your back. If he gets his head out of the cage, he can get his hips underneath him again and get his wrestling game going.
What I'm happy to see thus far, gentlemen, is that both of these fighters not fighting conservatively. You saw Kattar to the wrestler is now Jones goes for his back, working for the Kimura. And this could be dangerous here, Gus.
Now he's going after it. Looks like the rear naked choke. If he can get position on his back,
needs to get those hooks in. Needs to get him away from the cage.
He wants to turn him.
The cage now is a problem for Binky, even though he's been using it as a tool up until this point. He can't get his left leg around and hook inside. And also you can see Kattar constantly fighting for hand control.
And a grounded pound. At its essence right here. Kattar stands up. Now Jones may be able to get his hooks in. He wants to more space.
Wants to flatten out Kattar. Wants to stretch him out, extend those hips, and get that other hook in.
Flatten him out. Saturday Night Ride. Take away his hips and his back. There he goes.
Now he's got the position for the rear naked choke.
Positioning for Kattar. Very bad.
Kattar's in trouble. And he taps out. James Binky Jones, 38 years old, said age meant nothing coming into this fight, and he submits the younger Calvin Kattar here in the second round with a rear naked choke.
Picks up his fifth victory via submission. Goes to 6-2 in his last 8 fights.
Binky had a good, clean strategy. Force the fight. Make the strikes happen. When the game of wrestling comes about, take advantage of it. He out-wrestled a better wrestler than him with aggression, with forward movement, movement and by throwing those big strikes.
Gus utilized the Muay Thai, pounded him out to get him to the ground where he was the master of his domain.
And Frank, a combination of jiu-jitsu and solid Muay Thai / boxing skills is a very dangerous combination in mixed martial arts.
It is. And turn here for Binky. He was coming in power leg kicks. Look at him sweep him all the way around with that right leg round kick. Followed up with a jab. Controlling the distance was the key to this fight. Binky controlled it. He controlled it with punching. He controlled it with kicks. And then when he got rushed, he controlled it with takedowns. There's your double leg. He scoops him out, hips to the side, drives forward at the angle, comes down in perfect side guard or half guard position, and goes right to that shoulder. This is where he tried to submit him early. You can see his feet here hooked. This is where the strength in the position was. Right there. That figure four on the legs allows him to tighten up the position and hold his arm and his shoulder. Once he's locked there, he's trapped. It's all about submission. Binky's working on that shoulder. You see him go to work on the body a little bit. This is a dominating and controlling ground position.
So James Binky Jones defeats Calvin Kattar with a rear naked choke in the first round. Let's take a look at the end of this fight. He finally got that room, Frank, as he pushed away from the cage.
He got it. You can see him using his left leg on the cage. He's totally under the chin. You can see it right there. He's totally under the chin, and there's our tap.
Binky Jones utilizing all of his tools, wrestled in college for both Morgan State, Mount St. Joseph, the Renzo Gracie brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, ends it with the rear naked choke. And you know what? Binky means fierce chief. Well, he ruled the roost in the Elite XC cage tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest comes to a halt at 4 minutes 49 seconds of the first round due to submission caused by a rear naked choke. Your winner by submission, James Binky Jones.
All right, I'm here with James Binky Jones. James, we had some interesting things going on there. Muay Thai clinches, vicious knees, attempted Kimura locks, an interesting reverse arm triangle it looked like, but finally you finished him with a rear naked choke. I think you showed these fans why it's called mixed martial arts.
Most definitely, that's what I come to do. I've been training mixed martial arts for the past 8 years, and that's what I came out here and did tonight.
That's great. You know, you're now 2-0 in Elite XC. What's looking on the horizon for James Binky Jones?
Whatever Elite XC want me to do, I'm ready to rock and roll. Trying to fight at 150. There's a room where they're trying to put a tournament together at 150. Count me in.
And how does it feel to be at an event of this magnitude in New Jersey where you fought many times before?
Oh, this is history. New Jersey is like my second home to Baltimore. I always fight in New Jersey. I love New Jersey. What's up, New Jersey?
It sounds like New Jersey loves you. New Jersey